To the post. Yep. Giddy with the help.
All right. I'm jumping in right now. Just got to get off a couple of things, so it ain't gonna be that long. But I do want to fall right in right here where we at.
Durant at 6'11" got knocked off balance by the smaller Trey Jones. He's got 13 points tonight, 5 assists. Now they want to get pick and roll. Yep. As he's switching back quickly. Smith the rebound. Jabari missed it. Jalen grabbed it.
Hey, this is just what I wanted to say real quick. While I'm sitting here watching the game. Oh my day. Oh my day. If you don't tuck your nose in, you little sharp nose ferret.
Save big money play of the game by Menards, by Giddy, and a chance to take the lead at the line. This is what you want your big time players to do. Game on the line, step up and make big shots.
Yeah, that's a bad play.
10 points.
Drop your hips. You drop your hips and let them run into your body. That's where you take the charge at right there. That's where you're supposed to take the charge. I mean, good to get physical right there. I mean, I'm glad he's getting physical with the guy. But drop your hips and go ahead and let them go into the middle of your body. That way you drop your hips and you can put your hands up. When you're leaning forward, you can't put your hands up. And that's what happened. He was leaning forward. He couldn't get his hands up. And that's why he got scored on that particular play. Okay? Cool. Oh, man. He thought Shepard was going to zig in his ass.
Step over. That's a 3-point shot for Shepard to give that angle a better, give that angle, that pass a better angle. 15 giveaways apiece. Giddy and Miller. Smith, Sexton, and Buzelis. And that's a Thompson foul. I told you. And that is the 15th foul on Houston. So that's going to send Leonard Miller to the free throw line for the very first time tonight. 2 big ones coming. Listen, Thompson sends a message. Like, you're not going to screen me. Yep. Like, he ran right through Leonard Miller. Watch. He knows there's a screen coming. Boom. He just hits him. Like, he said, okay, now the next time he comes in and set a screen, he'll think about it. Yep. And that's an old school mentality. Say, that is an old school way to go about it. That's what makes him one of the toughest defenders in the NBA. And Miller has to go to the free throw line now.
But listen,
because you get these big guys setting.
The one thing I wanted to talk about real quick was KD. Let me cut something down back here in the background. One thing I wanted to talk about was KD telling LP that was a bad play. Like, quit doing that. You can't even get to that. You can't get to that. Was that was funny to me. KD calling out LP. LP saying something that he was, trying to get him off the block or something. That was funny. That's a bad play. You wouldn't even you wasn't even finna get to that. That was funny. And then the other thing is the Josh Giddey foul. Okay, boom. And it was something else. I was finna say. I forgot what it was. Was it the the Shangoon doing the calm down Kobe? Look, that's so funny to me because when I come on my next stream, I'm gonna put it on my next stream. I'm gonna play the I might play it tonight. I doubt it, but I might play it tonight. I'll play the video where I was just saying in my last the stream before the last one, we need somebody with that Kobe mentality. And I used the clip of him doing the calm down. I got this. And it's on the YouTube short. And then to see LP do that tonight, it was just funny to me that LP tried to come out and do the Kobe. But that was funny. But KD telling LP that you can't get to that lob, that was hilarious. But let's hear what else let's hear how it's going for the rest of the night. Thank everybody for coming in, man. Please hit the like, subscribe if you want to subscribe to the content. But the like goes a long way for for the algorithm as far as keeping me going. How's it going? Thank you for coming in. Please hit the like and the subscribe if you want the content to continue to be available going forward. Not that I'll go off, but if you want to be able to keep up with it. Um, hello. But no, listen, that was hilarious for me. But then I seen Shangoon do the Kobe, but he was flapping his arms like he was tired, but he was trying to do the Kobe. Okay, okay, IP, I get it. You trying to tell everybody to calm down. It's a good game going down to the wire. And LP with the monster. Oh my God, LP with the monster dunk. That's a monster dunk by Al Shangoon. You know what? I might have to play the short tonight because he put him in the blender and just took off on Miller. Banged on him. Hey, that was crazy for a soft guy. For a guy that everybody say is soft, that was a crazy dunk in the clutch when we needed it. Just to go strong like that to the rack, I'll take that from a top three center in the league. Um, let's see. Can see the scoreboard as we close out this game. You know, and then I'll drop the link if anybody want to come up. Anybody can come up and get a takes. But no, I just really it was just really funny to me to hear KD tell Al Shango that's a bad play. Like that's that's the kind of leader. People talk about KD not being a leader. So Al Shango flat out the box. Like, no, you can't make that play. You cannot make that play in real life. Um, you can't get there. They throwing the ball over your head. That was a dumb play. And it was. It was indeed a very dumb play for Al Shango to try to jump up there like he was going to stop that ball. But he made up for it. He made up for it. Let's see. Let's see where we at now. Free throws going up. They up by 2. The Rockets still can win this game. We need exceptional ball movement going down the stretch. And as you see, it's a tie ball game. It's a tie ball game. Houston Rockets. Amin Thompson makes the free throw. This next free throw should put us up 1. And Amin Thompson makes the free throw. Oh my God, they go down immediately and make a 3-pointer. Cheese and rice. Oh my goodness. Immediately. They made that 3-pointer before the screen even came up. Um, let's see. Marcellus Buzelis. And it looks like they finna get away from here with this game, man. The Bulls gonna get away with this game. This was a tough game. It was a tough loss. I'll go ahead and tell you what I think about it right now as we close out. We still haven't lost the game yet. Close out for the last. They got good talent over here, man. They got good talent. Look at this Josh Giddey to start hitting threes. Josh Giddey to start hitting threes. Hot sauce. Alvin Shango wanted to take the 3. Reed Shepard for 3. Splash right back at you. They out rebounded us. They out rebounded us this game. They just put a smack down on us. Oh, if he make another one, this is crazy work. Oh my days. You got Josh Giddey and Modest Buzelis raining threes down the stretch. Raining threes down the stretch. Hey, them little young bulls out there, and literally, them little young bulls ain't playing no game with you, man. It's a minute left to play. The Rockets down by 6, and For all intents and purposes, this ball game is over. For all intents and purposes, this ball game is over. Let me go ahead and get into the stat line. Kevin Durant with 34 points, 3 for 7 from three, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers. Reed Shepard had 4 turnovers tonight, but he had 13 points. He was 3 for 14 from three. He got him up. He just didn't make them. I'm cool with that. Always cool with Reed Shepard getting up 12, 13, 14 threes. Um, and like they said, he was heat checking a lot. I didn't think he needed to be heat checking. You know, um, I didn't think he needed to heat check as much as he did. I like to see Reed Shepard shoot his actual shot. And man, we back. We got down by three. We got a chance to stab at it. Oh, they come down and make another three. They cannot miss. They cannot miss. Um, Kevin Durant makes another three. Jabari Smith Jr. is 1 of 7 from three, 2 of 10 from the field goal range. And as you know, like I said, how Jabari goes, so goes the team. So goes the salmon as we swim upstream. Right? If Jabari Smith play good, we win. Jabari Smith play bad, we lose. And he did other stuff. He got an assist. He didn't turn the ball. He turned the ball over 2 times, which ain't good for Jabbar. You don't dribble enough to turn the ball over 2 times. No steals, no blocks. You can't have that kind of game. They say +5, but that +5 was largely because of other guys. Matter of fact, he's the only person, especially besides Aaron Holiday, +27. Aaron Holiday was on the court over the stretch of a run. Um, Tari Eason, 4 points, 1 for 5, 2 for 3, 3 rebounds, assists, no turnovers, no steals, but 1 block. And for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Armin Thompson had 23 points, 8 of 12. Another solid game from Armin. 7 of 9 from the free throw line. His free throws continue to be remarkable. And, 3 pointers are okay, right? 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Now this is what I thought he would average for the year. I thought he would average 25, 2 and 2, but obviously he wasn't at his position for the first half of the year. They really messed over Armin's career with far as this year go. But I think if Armin would have been at his right position, he would have averaged 20 points. I think he would have averaged like 8 rebounds, 5 assists from the small forward, wing position or whatever it is. I think he'd have averaged more from there than from the point guard position. Alper Shango had 33 points, 6 of 19 field goal, 1 for 2 from three. 0 for 3 from three, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. Another triple double night for LP, only 2 turnovers with 2 steals and 2 blocks. This is a soft guy. We know LP soft, so and this game wasn't supposed to be a loss. This game was supposed to be a win. We just got out. They just went make back to back to back to back to back to back threes. You make 6 or 7 consecutive 3 pointers down the stretch. You got guys getting into the paint and throwing lobs like James Harden, and then you got guys on the other hand side just hitting back to back threes. When the guy's not getting and throwing the lob, the other guys getting to the 3 point line and not missing threes at all down the stretch. So if guys playing like that, you got to just tip your hat to them because we fought back, we came back, we had a good run, but at the end of the day, they just they just shot the ball remarkably well in the fourth quarter and overcame our onslaught with a barrage. And that barrage should have took out any team. That barrage should have really caused problems for anybody in the league. But for this particular team, they didn't hang their heads. They kept fighting. They felt like they was gonna beat us, and you know, they took it to the full extent. They took it to the full extent with 9.1 seconds on the clock. Last call for alcohol. I mean, what can you do in 9 seconds? Some Tracy McGrady shit. You got to do some Tracy McGrady shit, or this shit is say it again. Say it again. Say it again. This shit is over. Really ain't nothing you can do. But with that being said, hold on, let me take a gander. Oh, with that being said, man, y'all let me know what you think about about Kevin Durant telling Alfred Şengün that was a bad play, fouling on all them law plays. Did anybody get the tick? He got ticked and got threw out. Oh, yeah, he got ticked and got threw out. Yeah, I figured something like that. You got to do that. Go ahead and get you a little early break, early walk to the locker room. Um, yeah, tell me what you think about Kevin Durant telling Alfred Şengün that was a bad play. What happened? I still don't know what happened. Hold on, let me hear what happened right here.
By the officials is ejected from this game, and again, more importantly, Houston could have challenged that call right there.
Well, and now you just make some free throws here.
A chance to maybe ice it, and Giddey makes it a 6-point lead with 9 seconds left.
And
plus the Bulls get the ball.
Yeah, so just get the ball in, force the foul.
This is the reputation of Ime Udoka. If there is one knock on him, he's one of the great coaches in this league, but the temper often gets the best of him, and the reputation does too with the refs. Thompson with the foul, sending Sexton to the line.
Okay. Yeah, Sexton going to the line. Maybe we're gonna ice these free throws and get this game over with. So, final score: Houston Rockets 124, Chicago Bulls 132. It was a routing, and Houston fought back, overcame it, got into the game. Yeah, it was a tough loss. It's a tough loss, man. Um, Real tough. I actually thought they were finna. I thought they was finna steady the ship down the stretch and go ahead and take this team out. But now I really came on here to hear what y'all thought about KD talking to LP, telling LP um that was bad plays, fouling on them alley oop plays. You know, I wonder what's the thought process of that of what Ime gonna say. If I'm pretty sure Ime gonna be in the press conference in a little while. I wonder what he's gonna say about the tick. Um, we didn't throw the game away. They just shot the hell out the ball down the stretch. They shot the hell out the ball down the stretch. They got them guys that's getting into the paint, the Dillingham and Colin Sexton and Josh Giddey. All them guys can get into the paint, and they throwing the ball across the top to athletic bigs, and Albert Shango can't jump with them. That's the one thing that I was saying. Like, out of everything that we need, the one thing I was saying we really need a back line of defense, athletic big that can run, maybe hit a couple of hook shots. You got a solid hook shot, you athletic and you fast, and you a legit 7-footer. You know, put in your resume for the Houston Rockets, because that one thing that they were doing, we cannot stop that. We have no way to contend for a guy that's just athletic and fast and that can just sprint to the rim and jump over Alperen Şengün's head. There's nothing that he can do about that. You know, only thing he can do is foul you. There's no way for him to get there. Um, we need that, and we need that side to side baseline, side to side baseline defense that Ime used to running. Because obviously, if you remember, he had Time Lord when he made his name as a defensive coach. He had Time Lord that can get to the rim and then run all the way out to the 3-point line and block your shot, or be covered at the 3-point line and then run all the way back to the rim and block your shot. We just don't have that. So, I think that's a big chunk of Ime's defense. Um, like I said, Torrey had a bad game tonight. Jabbar had another bad game, and so goes the salmon as we swim upstream. If Jabbar play bad, we play bad, man. I mean, if Jabbar play bad, it's tough. I mean, look, you said LP be doing dumb stuff on the court, but I mean, you know, you said he be doing dumb stuff on the court, 100%, 100%. Who has said multiple times LP be doing dumb shit on the court? He's barely smarter than Torrey. And I knew when his ass was chasing that triple double that we lose tonight. He said he was chasing the triple double. He had a great statistical game. He played a great game, dog. I don't, you know, you can miss me with that. LP played a great game. He was a big part of the reason that we even came back, bro. He was just getting buckets down the stretch when we was down, getting buckets, getting to the rack, putting it on their toupee. He was putting the ball right on them boys' toupee every time he got a chance. And yeah, yeah. No, I was reading your quote. I was reading your quote right here. He had a great statistical game. Yeah, he was putting the ball on their toupee, 100%. Um, he had a good game. KD had a good game. Um, who else had a good game? I mean, Amon. Amon is having a great stretch of basketball, bro. Amon is playing a great stretch of basketball. I hate that is being overshadowed by the losses because in his right position and Reed being, I mean, you know, Reed having the larger responsibilities of the point guard duties and Ahmed not having to be on the ball so much, he's looking so much better. So fewer mistakes, bro. And we don't need Ahmed out there making mistakes. We need Ahmed to be at his very best. This ain't like Cooper Flag where he can go out there and make a bunch of mistakes and he need to be doing rookie shit in his third year or whatever. This is third year, bro. And I like um I like the way the team is looking. I like the way the team is looking. I like when Aaron Holiday come in because he fearless. Aaron Holiday is fearless. He's still small, but he's fearless. And you can see where Fred Van Vliet would help out. You can see where he would help out. Because one thing I know, two things for certain, three things for sure. Everything that Aaron Holiday can do, Fred Van Vliet can do. And that includes come off the bench, which is which is what I hope Fred do when he get back, because Reed Shepard brings so much to the table, bro. And you know what? To be 100% with you, to be 100% with you, he's not better than Fred, but I think he strike more fear in the players. He strike more fear into a defense than what Fred did as a player. When Fred got hot, people was almost looking at him like Jalen Green, like these guys not gonna hit they're not gonna hit the shot, and then Fred will cook you because he will hit the shot. He a good shooter. Fred is a good shooter, man. Fred is good. Anybody who scored 50 points is a good shooter in a real live basketball game. But I think Reed strike fear into the hearts of opposing defenses. And let's see. What is this? What is this? His lack of intelligence His lack of intelligence, basketball IQ, and his best statistical games hardly ever equate to actual wins. How the defense is trash. I hate how we've looked all year on the defensive end, bro. Yeah, we've looked that way on the defensive end because we lack toughness and we don't have a rim protector. I mean, let's keep it a bean. Steven Adams was probably our best rim protector as well. Steven Adams is like 3 or 4 times more athletic than Clint Capella. That's crazy. Steve Adams got a faster screen and a higher vertical than Clint Capella, from what I see. He's a better rim protector than Clint. You know, it's 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 one thing to say that we got a bad defense, which we know we don't, but the other thing is we don't have a fixable solution because unless they're willing to move players and bring in it's the one thing we need. It's the one thing we need. We need a fast, athletic 7-footer that can actually rim run, block shots, and hit a couple of hook shots. We just have to have that in order for our team to be solidified. You know, and maybe not a legit 7, but you need somebody who can put you know, who can put they forearm above that rim and block some shots. We don't need guys who just barely getting their wrist over the rim, like you know how when you was in junior high and you have to lift your knee up high as you can and hold your wrist and then try to turn it over last minute. We don't need guys dunking like that trying to protect the rim. We need guys with actual boing bunny rabbit hops down there trying to protect the rim, long arm of the law, but we just don't have it. We have to play by committee. Um, that foul, that Jabbar foul, Josh Giddey, that was a tire foul. That was a tire foul. You're leaning forward. You're not sitting in the chair. When you're leaning forward, you can't put your hands up. When you're leaning forward and a man is moving, you can't get your hands up. So therefore, your hands down. That's why Jabbar bumped Giddey and got that foul. If he wasn't tired or if he was sitting back in the chair, he could have had his hands up. Josh Giddey would have went straight in his chest, and then you fall back on your ass and you get the charge on your tail end, and you get the charge. I got to kind of keep the cussing down because you know, they might be trying to spike me over here. They might be trying to flag me, but I agree. But we're gonna have to get embarrassed this year in the playoffs and hope we can get it in the off season. That's true. That's true because ain't nobody coming to save us in the playoffs. We finna get we finna get roasted in the playoffs. And here's another thing. Here's another thing. Did we see did we see any of that fancy did we see any of that fancy maneuvering that we saw the other night, KLD? Did we see any Kevin Durant sitting in the corner shooting threes, and did we see any of that kind of stuff going on? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Tell me. I mean, you know, I don't know. No, it was a tough loss so many ways, bro. Let me these guys stats right here. This what's so killing about it. Listen to our stat line. 40 points for Durant, 33 points for Shangoon, 23 for Armin, right? 13 for Reed Shepard, right? Here go their stat line. 15 for Jalen Schmidt, 23 for Booz Ellis, 11 for Nick Richards, 15 for Trey Jones, 15 for Giddey, 17 for Leonard Miller, 25 for Colin Sexton, 9 for Rob Dillingham. They got Rob Dillingham over there with 9 points, bro, and Rob Dillingham be cooking. He be cooking, and he ain't even their best guard. Let's see who all they got over here. They got Dillingham. They got what's the call is still over here, ain't he? Ain't Jaden Ivey over here too? Don't they got Jaden Ivey? I'm pretty sure he on the injury list. But don't they got Jaden Ivey on the injury list over here? We can't we can't get a Dillingham or a Jaden Ivey on our team to back up Reed Shepard and I guess Aaron Holiday is just as good as some of those guys, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Dillingham looked really good in the couple of minutes he played. He was a hella aggressive. But we got guys putting up big numbers. But as a team, like you said, as a team, it just don't mesh. It's just not meshing as a team. And I can't take that lightly. Well, look, the I think the key to tonight's game, like I say, was Jabari Smith Jr. He just missed too many daggone shots. He just missed too many. He missed too many to overcome. And I give him a pass. Like I say, I always give Jabari a pass because he's not a scorer. And he don't get to pick and choose where he take his shots from. Jabari don't get to pick and choose when he shoot. So I usually give Jabari a pass on when he have cold nights. But even though I give him a pass when he have cold nights, I still gotta say that so goes the salmon as we swim upstream, man. When Jabari stink it up, listen, the dog that jumps in the water loses the bone that is in his mouth. You understand what I'm saying? That's just what I'm trying to say. It was it's no way to there's no other way to put it. Like people be saying Reed Shepard is the X factor and this and that, this and that. Reed Shepard is a key contributor, and like to me, he's a main piece to the puzzle. He's a main piece to the puzzle. I think the guy that has to be consistent because here's the truth about it. Whether Reed scores 13 or 25, 9 or 23 or 30, we can be in all these games, but Jabari cannot shoot what he shot today, which was 2 for 10. 2 for 10. And I guess if you really, really break it down, he missed 6 3-pointers. Okay, cool. He shot 10 shots. 7 of those was threes. Right? So basically, out of the 10, right, he made 1 3 and he made 1 2. He made 1 field goal and 1 3-pointer and a free throw. I mean, it's not sustainable, but you expect him to make at least 2 more threes. You expect Jabari to make at least 2 threes and 2 field goals. So if he made 2 threes and 2 field goals and he was 4 for 10, okay, you can live with that. And if he make 2 threes, if he make another 3 and another field goal, that's 5 more points. Guess what? We was in that, we'd have been closer in that game than what we was going down the stretch. Obviously, Reed was 3 for 14 from 3 and, no free throws, but it's just one of them things, man, where you kind of need these guys to lock in. The defense needs to be um more intentional about how to protect the paint. We can't stop a nosebleed on the 3-point line. You know, we can't stop nobody from penetrating. We have, and I don't know, we got Jabari Torre and Amon and Dorian Finney-Smith and Georgia Koga, Jayshawn Tate, Cam Matthews, Bryce James, what's his name? Isaiah Crawford, Reed Shepard, Kevin Durant. We got all these guys who supposed to be good defenders. But I see the same exact thing every game. Anybody who wants to can just waltz up in the paint. We can't stay in front of nobody. As soon as they get a pick, they can just waltz right in the paint. They was running the high school pick and roll on us to perfection. To perfection. Not rushing, being patient, get the pick, move a step, we got to step back. Move another step, we got to step back. Move another step, we got to step back. Throw the lob as soon as you step up. They was doing that shit to perfection. Everybody, every guard that had the ball could run that pick and roll just like that. Take a step, you step back. Take a step, you step back. And as soon as you step up, throw the lob. If you don't step up, float it over the top to make the floater. And I think that's why I say, man, having an actual rim protector just shuts some of that down. Because an actual rim protector can stay at home with his man and still jump out and block a layup. Can stay at home on his man and still jump out and contest contest the floater. And just even if they don't stop it, just be in the mix. Be in the mix right there when you're trying to get that off and just making it a tougher shot for you. But that's that's all it takes for me, man. That's all it takes for me. It was a good game watching them come back. We've seen them come back. We've seen them come back and show resiliency and poise and the ability to overcome large obstacles. We've seen them fight their way back. Um the last for the last month or so, we just haven't seen them fight their way back and get over the hump like we were seeing them fight their way back and get over the hump last year. So what we know that they still have the don't die mentality, but they still haven't figured out how to close out the game, you know, the adjustments that need to be made to ice a team when when they losing momentum. We don't have that go ahead and shuffle them, go ahead and put them on ice. We haven't been able to do that yet. And I think that's on Ime. Um, but I mean, when you got Amin and you got Tar and you got Bar, somebody got to be able to lock somebody up, bro. And I didn't see nobody locking up nobody. I'm sorry. Amin, I didn't see Amin locking up nobody. You know who Amin remind me of? I'm gonna say this. Amin remind me of Steven Jackson in this way. When Steven Jackson came into the league, he was a great, great defender. And the more they asked him to do offensively, the less defensive prowess that we saw from Steven Jackson. To where he was still good defensively, but you didn't see it as much because of the offense he was playing. Same with Coutinho Mobley. The same with Coutinho Mobley. Coutinho Mobley was known as a defensive player, but the more offense he played, you didn't you didn't see the lockdown defense as much with Coutinho Mobley when he started to play more offense. And that's kind of what I'm seeing from Armin is that the more he the more we see him have good offensive games, we also, notice that he's not, you know, he's not holding guys to 3 points like he did Steph Curry last year. We should have saw more of those type of games from him over the course of this year. We should have saw more of those and just flat lock you up, like straight terrorize you, take your life away, take your soul on defense. You know, straight run on test, Gary Payton, lock you up defensive player. We haven't seen that from Armin this year like we saw him do Steph Curry last year. That concerns me because that to me tells me that we're not taking advantage of his skill, of his potential and his skill set and his superpower. We're not using his superpower enough. We're not putting Armin, in that I'm gonna destroy you defensively mindset and mode. Um, the way that we should be doing. That's just how I feel about it. Um, anything else? The pregame show, I dropped that earlier around 6, 7:30. So if anybody want to check that out, go check that out. The likes and subscribes, please hit the likes and subscribes as you come in. And before I get out of here, if anybody wanted to, anybody want to shoot off, want to say anything, feel free. Let's see. And if not, hey, peace to everybody who showed up, man. I appreciate everybody. You know how we say everybody, every show needs a spark, and for us, you are it. I really thank everybody for coming in. It was a great show tonight. And great numbers on the pregame show. And I appreciate all the support I've been getting, man. The road back been a little tough, get a little flack from upstairs. But I appreciate everybody, man. I really do appreciate everybody for tuning in, for listening, for liking the videos. And stay tuned, man. You know, down the stretch, man, going into the playoff, we're gonna have some fun. You know, we're gonna throw some parties. I'm gonna get on here and do some 12-hour, 13-hour, 14-hour, 24-hour streams, whatever I gotta do to have some good fun going down the stretch, man. And we're going to enjoy the playoffs. We're going to enjoy the rest of the season. Probably not the rest of the season as much because it's going to be the rest of the season is going to be a little stressful. But when we get to the playoff, we're going to have some real fun in the playoff, man, enjoying this thing. We're happy to be back in the playoff for the second time in 2 years. You know, can't cry over spoiled milk at this point. We got what we got. We're gonna come into the playoff swinging. And like I said, I appreciate everybody for sitting with me. And hey, let's continue to, do good things in the community, man. I appreciate everybody. And it's your boy E.F. Hutton. You better know what you heard. This has been another Houston Rockets Red Alert. Unchained, untapped, unfiltered, and unimpressed. No doubt about it. Unimpressed, man. I'm signing off. It's your boy E.F. Hutton, man. Peace. I'm out.